YouTube, and all Auburn fans out there want to give a big war eagle to all the listeners out there, and also some of the SEC fans who may be tuning in to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. I am your host, Kennard Vernon Stewart. This is Auburn Football Sports Talk, episode number 123, and we're going to be talking about some recruiting updates, especially in the SEC. It's a very interesting trend that I see that is happening, and I think a lot of it is largely due to the COVID-19 pandemic, to where coaches can't really have that one-on-one contact that they would like to have, especially now that we're getting to into critical mass as far as timing with recruiting, because it's really critical to start getting some guys signed and really start to build your recruiting roster. But what I'm seeing in the SEC, and we're going to talk about Tennessee in a little bit because they're in a league of their own right now, but I'm seeing in the SEC, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, LSU, some of those teams that have single-digit commits right now. And that is very uncharacteristic of those teams, especially as we start to reach that critical mass around that June and July phase. So we want to look to see how these teams start to really, really get those people signed, because it's getting to the point where, it's getting, for the fan base of a lot of these teams, is getting a little scary. I don't think, any of these teams have anything to worry about. People still want to come to Auburn. Guys still want to play for the University of Alabama. So I think these guys are in good shape. But it's very eye-opening to see the different trends in recruiting as it relates to where we are with college football right now. Because typically, like I said before, LSU, Georgia, Alabama, usually among the top three. Then you have Auburn that usually kind of holds that number 3 or 4 spot. And that's absolutely insane to have a top 10 recruiting class, but be like number 4 or 5 in your conference. I think Auburn really needs to retain, obviously, the core group that they have, because right now the core group that they have is giving them a 91.7% rating. One of the reasons why, let's look at Tennessee's recruiting class right now. The reason why they are obviously number 1 in the SEC recruiting wise is for, number 1, they have a lot of quantity. They have 21 guys that have already hard committed to them for the 2021 football season, which I think is absolutely amazing. And it's a huge testament to head coach Jeromy Pruitt. Jeromy Pruitt, by the way, has a very diverse career. He high school in the state of Alabama, actually went to college at Middle Tennessee University. Actually from the state of Alabama. I bet a lot of you guys did not know that Alabama has a DeKalb County. That county is located in the upper northeastern corner of the state of Alabama, really close to Tennessee, actually. And the city he's from is a little town called Rainsville, Alabama, probably a one traffic light kind of town, but they have definitely produced an excellent leader in the college football world. I think Jeromy Pruitt, along with some of the other key components of his staff, especially former quarterback T. Martin, those guys are ripping it up on the recruiting scene. And the thing that's really unique about it is that they're very diverse. This is not an all Tennessee roster here. I'm seeing guys from Maryland. I'm seeing guys from Florida. I'm seeing guys from all over that are really committing to Tennessee. It kind of reminds me of the surge recruiting-wise that Oregon has had. Now, if we look at the common denominator of these coaches, Mario Cristobal, Jeromy Pruitt, Kirby Smart, all of these coaches who are having an abundance of success with recruiting, all of them are disciples, for lack of a better way of putting it, to Nick Saban. That's something that I don't know how good a coach Nick Saban is. I really don't know. I don't know how good of an excellent old guy Nick Saban is, but that's neither here nor there. Nick Saban has the ability to attract some of the best and brightest, whether it's athletes, whether it's coaches, because they want to be a part of a winning dynasty. This guy knows how to win, and the way you win is, number 1, the X's and O's are great. But when you have the talent, you can figure the X's and O's out. You can call anything you want. When you have a Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver, they don't give a damn what the route is. We could call it zigzag, and he's going for 6 because he has the talent. And a lot of folks talk about development, but a lot of times we ain't got time for development. You need to get off the bus ready to play. We shouldn't have to still be teaching you how to run routes. Now that you're in college, you've been playing wide receiver since you've been 7. So you should have a general idea of how to do this thing. And that's what Nick Saban does. That's what he does as a coach and has rubbed off on Tennessee. Big shout out to Tennessee. Auburn hopefully will catch up in the recruiting ranks, but we got to shout out Tennessee. SEC football, 5-7 last year, made the turnaround. 2-5 won 5 straight to go 7-5. Won the bowl game against Indiana in a comeback from behind win, 23-22. And like I said before, the SEC East better watch out. Tennessee is really trending in the right direction, recruiting 13th last year and already number 2 this year. Also, we look at Auburn football and, definitely want to get on track with recruiting, especially continuing the trend of recruiting good defensive tackles. Really want to up the ante on offensive linemen. That's a real key area. And also continuing to stock up with more talented guys in the secondary and continuing that tradition of speed at the linebacker position. All right, guys, go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. As always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger. This is episode number 123 of Vernon Speaks Sports. Subscribe to the channel. As always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.